making his first appearance in this country for the Oldham side, stands off Gary Bridge, number 6 Gary Bridge.
In particular, Leigh, who have only had one success in their first 4 league fixtures, Oldham having won 2, including a fine victory against Hull Kingston Rovers at Watersheddings last Sunday. For this afternoon, the 2 teams, Leigh line up as follows: number 1 Andy Collier, 2 Neil McCulloch, 3 John Henderson, 4 Chris Johnson, 5 Phil Fox, 6 John Kerr, 7 Mike Davis. The Leigh forwards are at 8 Brian Gelling, 9 Ray Taburn, 10 Derek Pike, 11 Ian Schubert, 12 Tony Cottrell and 13 Wayne Atherton. And the Leigh substitutes this afternoon are at 14 Phil Johnson and 15 Gary Howell. We'll give you the Oldham side when there's a break in play. Leigh lose possession, 6 more tattles indicates referee Dave Carter from Widnes. Leigh move it right with Gelling. Leigh in possession for the first time in the game. We've had 30 seconds of normal time. There goes Ian Schubert. Short ball out to Henderson. Beg your pardon, it's McCulloch, but no Mike Davis. Out to Cottrell. Cottrell going back the other way. Good run from Cottrell. Takes play up to the halfway line. Ball is pinched by hooker Terry Flanagan. Oldham in possession for the first time. Worrell. Ball is dropped by standoff Gary Bridge, making his debut for Oldham. So we'll quickly give you the Oldham side while the scrum forms. They line up 1 Hussein Mbaki, 2 Paul Sherman, 3 Colin Hawkyard, 4 Gary Warnicki, 5 Mike Taylor, 6 Gary Bridge, 7 Ray Ashton, 8 Bruce Clark, 9 Terry Flanagan, 10 David Hobbs, 11 Neil Clawson, 12 Mick Worrell and 13 Stuart Raper. And the substitutes for Oldham this afternoon are at 14 David Topless and 15 Leo Casey. And Leigh get 2 quick penalties. One for infringement at the scrum and then a second one for offside. So Schubert from the centre spot will kick for a touch on this near side. Well, he hardly makes any ground with that, so Ray Taburn will take the tap for Leigh on to Gelling. Gelling runs into Clark and Flanagan, but makes 10 yards. So Leigh in possession for the first time in their opponent's half. Taburn to Pike. Pike going back the other way. Finally stopped by Clark and the Hawkyard. Davis now. He comes back the reverse way as well. A fine break from Mike Davis. Escapes the clutches of Hussein Mbaki, and Leigh take the lead in the 3rd minute with that fine individual try from Mike Davis. Nothing on when he received the ball. Pace off the mark. Found the Oldham defence wanting, and he had the pace to outpace fullback Hussein Mbaki to open the scoring for Leigh with a try after 3 minutes. Mike Davis' 2nd try of the season for Leigh. And just the start Leigh wanted. These 2 sides, of course, met just 14 days ago in the first round of the Lancashire Cup at Watersheddings. Oldham won on that occasion by 29 points to 22, but that conversion from Chris Johnson puts Leigh into a 6-point advantage this afternoon, and gives them just the start they wanted. Just 4 minutes of the first half gone. Leigh 6 points, Oldham 0. So back at the centre with the restart, and this time it's Ray Ashton. Oldham, of course, played in the change strip this afternoon, blue and white. Chris Johnson picks the ball up for Leigh. Runs into Ashton and Bridge, just outside the Leigh 25. Taburn attacked in half-back, gets it out to Pike. Pike keeps it going to Taburn. Taburn finally stopped by Hobbs. Hobbs penalised at that play the ball. Leigh get their third penalty of the game. Punch indicates referee Dave Carter, and Schubert will kick for touch on the far side. Oh, Taburn now. On the charge is Pike. Leigh 8 yards short of the halfway line. Mike Davis now to Kerr. Kerr gets it inside to Mike Davis. Davis looking for that gap again, tackled by Raper. Taburn to Pike now. And to Taburn. Good tackle coming in from Hobbs. The ball is lost and it's possession to Ray Ashton for Oldham. Here comes Harkyard. This time Tony Cottrell is pulled out for the high tackle. And Oldham get their first penalty of the game, which comes after 5 minutes play. So David Hobbs takes the kick for touch, finds touch just inside the Leigh 25-yard line. It'll be Terry Flanagan with the tap for Oldham. On to Clausen. Clausen falls to Johnson's tackle. Flanagan now. On to Raper. Raper almost finds a way through that Leigh defence. Oldham want a quick score to get on level terms. Ball is lost, picked up for Leigh by Taburn. Poor play by Oldham on that occasion. Gelling, tackled by the second row pair of Clausen and Worrell. Taburn down the blind side to Atherton. Crunching tackle from his opposite number, Raper. Leigh find it hard to get out of their own 25. Cottrell dodges round Raper. Is he going to Schubert? Schubert with the kick. Taken by Mike Taylor. He's stopped by Leigh on the halfway line. Henderson makes the tackle. Henderson is penalised for not allowing Taylor to get up in the tackle, and Oldham get their second penalty of the game. Well, the referee Dave Carter from Widnes certainly trying to lay the law down in these early minutes. Fine touch kick from David Hobbs takes play once again up to the Leigh 25, and it'll be Flanagan with the tap. On to Clark. Good tackle coming in from Pike. Taburn makes it complete. Ashton now. Out to Hobbs. Leigh defence wise to that one. Oldham 15 yards short of the Leigh line with Ashton to Bridge. Try and kick through. And a try for centre Gary Wanniker. Good combination there by Oldham. Try comes in the 8th minute. Leigh was certainly asleep to that one. And Gary Wanniker opens the scoring for Oldham. So David Hobbs takes over the goal kicking role this afternoon. Mick Worrell was their goal kicker when the sides met 2 weeks ago. Hobbs was substitute on that occasion. This time Hobbs wears the number 10 shirt and will attempt to convert that Wanniker try and level the scores. So we're coming up to 9 minutes on the watch. Leigh leading Oldham by 6 points to 4 at the moment. Hobbs with the conversion attempt. Pulls it wide of the far post, so Leigh remain ahead. They lead Oldham by 6 points to 4 with 9 minutes of the first half gone. So Ian Schubert back at the centre with the restart for Leigh. taken by Sherman. Leigh stop him inside his own 25. Flanagan now out to Clausen. Clausen runs into Atherton. Reclears the 25. Kick coming in from Hobbs. Taking the second attempt by McCulloch. He runs into Taylor. Taylor makes the tackle. Collier goes from acting half-back. So Leigh in possession with Gelling. Gelling goes the other way, but there's no one round there. Fine tackle from Raper. The Oldham forwards lying well up in Leigh at the moment. Davis. Wayne Atherton. Clausen and Worrell in on that tackle. Kick will come in from Schubert. That should be an easy one for Taylor. Takes his time picking it up. The Leigh defence is up, and it looks as both sides are prepared to play a kicking game this afternoon. Flanagan goes from the acting half-back, runs into Schubert. Raper now out to Ashton, on to Clausen. Kick once again comes in from Hobbs. Awkward bouncing ball, but it goes over the dead ball line, and Leigh will be quite content to tap from their own 25. So Gelling this time with the tap from the 25. Taburn attacked in half-back, out to Pike. A high tackle this time against Clausen. And Leigh will get their fourth penalty of the game. And Schubert will kick for touch on the far side. Now once again, Schubert makes for a little groundage. So Taburn with the tap, on to Pike. In comes Gelling. Oldham awake to that one. Second row pair of Clausen and Worrell again doing the tackling. Schubert now. Schubert's pushed backwards and Leigh lose ground. Davis with the kick. That's a better one from Leigh. Takes play just short of the Oldham 25. Ray Ashton will feed the scrum. Penalty to Leigh for scrum feeding. And another 10 yards further back. Leigh will call up Chris Johnson to try and increase their lead. So Chris Johnson these days using sand on which to place the ball. We've had 13.5 minutes of the first half. Leigh ahead by 6 points to 4 at the moment, with this Chris Johnson penalty attempt to follow. No problems again for Chris Johnson. He increases the Leigh lead. They now lead Oldham by 8 points to 4 with 14 minutes of the first half gone. So Ray Ashton back at the centre with the restart once again for Oldham. Taken by Chris Johnson once again for Leigh. He runs into Hobbs and Ashton. and is stopped 8 yards outside his own 25. So Taburn now attacked in half back, brings in Pike. Cottrell going back amongst the forwards. Leigh a little lost in that move. Taburn again attacked in half back. Goes it alone, runs into Clark. Mike Davis now, back to Schubert for the kick. Should be an easy one for Umbarki to take. The Lees do their job, they stop him in his own 25-yard line. So Taylor from the acting halfback manages to break out of the 25, only just. Flanagan now at acting halfback. Clark now for Oldham. Good tackling from Leigh. Trying to contain Oldham in their own territory. Kick comes in again from Hobbs. Beautifully taken by McCulloch. Steps inside Ashton. Collier tries to go it from the acting halfback, and there you go, Schubert on the run for Leigh. Leigh halfway between the halfway line and their own 25. Move it left. Atherton to Cottrell.
Come on, he won't want it.
Cottrell gets it away to Mike Davis. Davis goes it alone. John Henderson now attacked in half-back to Pike. Anderson almost through from the short ball. 4 indicates referee Carter. This time Leigh try the kick. Falls for Sherman. Gelling makes the tackle. Flanagan attacked in half-back. Moves it right to Worrell. Flanagan again to Ashton. This time John Kerr is the man going to be pulled out for a punch in that tackle.
Get him off the bloody banner!
Referee Carter lays down the law. Oldham get their 3rd penalty of the game.
Carter, shake him up!
17 minutes of the first half gone. Leigh still ahead by 8 points to 4. Well, that was played by Collier, but the toucher said it was out of play before he touched it, so Oldham will get the tap.
Come on now. We're all silly. Let's get something on now. Come on.
Ashton now going it alone. Brings in Warnicky. Oldham right under the Leigh post with Bridge. On to Clawson. Well, certainly didn't look anything wrong with that tackle to me. But Tony Cottrell is pulled out by referee Carter. And Oldham will no doubt go for goal from this position. Right in front of the Leigh post, David Hobbs will attempt to reduce the arrears. So David Hobbs, the Oldham number 10, for right in front of the Leigh post. Leigh lead by 8 points to 4 at the moment. That reduces it to 2 points. The scoreline now reads Leigh 8 points, Oldham 6, with 19 minutes of the first half gone in this Stone Spitter Championship match here at Hilton Park. So Ian Schubert once again with a restart for Leigh, taken by Raper. He hands on to Sherman. Sherman gets beyond his own 25-yard line. Flanagan gets it out to Clawson. Atherton makes the tackle. Flanagan to Clark, inside to Raper. Oldham make 10 yards on that move. Kick comes in again from Hobbs. Collier picks the ball up for Leigh. Falls to an ankle tap from Sherman, but Leigh are in possession just outside their own 25. Taburn attacked in half-back. Out to Gelling. Good run from Brian Gelling. Taburn now out to Pike. Pike tries to crash through. Tattle 5 yards short of the halfway line. Taburn again out to Atherton, to Cottrell. Cottrell makes it into the Oldham half. And Leigh get a penalty for knocking the ball out of his hands after the tackle had been completed, and a second tackle further back for dissent. Well, that's the third time in this game that Oldham have been double penalised for dissent. You know, that shows a lack of professionalism on their part. Wayne Atherton takes over the kicking role, finds touch in the Oldham 25. This is a good attacking position for Leigh. Taburn with the tap to Pike, to Taburn, to Gelling. Gelling stops some 15 yards out. Can Leigh conjure anything up from here? There goes Pike. Rather a late tackle coming in there, going unpenalised. Leigh still under those Oldham posts. There goes Schubert. Schubert inside to Gelling, and Brian Gelling crosses over for Leigh's second try of the game. Comes in the 22nd minute, and it increases their lead to 12 points to 6. Good play there from Australian second row forward Ian Schubert. Riddled out of two would-be tattles and found Gelling in support on his inside, and Brian Gelling goes over for his second try of the season, and Leigh are 12 points to 6 ahead. So Chris Johnson, 2 from 2 attempts so far, makes it 3. Increases Leigh's lead even further. They're now 8 points ahead. They lead Oldham by 14 points to 6 with 22 and a half minutes of the first half gone.
Which is situated immediately behind the scoreboard. In Whitworth are Andrew Hall. Please, there's a message waiting for you at the promoter's office.
So Ray Ashton once again with the restart. Taken by Collier. Almost breaks clear Collier. Stopped on his own 25-yard line. Kerr moves it out to Pike. Schubert attacked in half-back, gets it out to Taburn. Taburn runs into Clausen. Schubert now, long ball out to Kerr, to Henderson. Well, bit of a fracas behind play, referee doesn't want to know. Referee really letting things get out of hand at the moment. Lead player lies injured, it's John Henderson. In the meantime, Ashton on the ball, onto Bridge. I think it's Oldham's ball. And the referee wipes the slate clean. There goes Hussein Mbaki. Tackled by McCulloch and Taburn. Flanagan out to Clausen. Clausen runs into Cottrell. Flanagan out to Clark. Clark gets it out to half yard, but the referee must give the knock on. Good run from the Oldham number 8, but Arkyard couldn't take the chance. Leigh momentarily down to 12 men. John Henderson limping back into the fray now. First clean scrum of the game, won by Leigh. Chris Johnson goes it alone from the acting half-back, tackled by Ray Ashton and Raper on the 25. Gelling runs into Raper. Oldham are keen on the tackling this afternoon, that's for sure. There goes Schubert. Wild pass. Finally falls to John Kerr, and Leigh are in possession right under their own post, some 15 yards out. Break on from Pike, he clears the 25, tackled by Flanagan. Mike Davis with the kick ahead. Kicked by Insane and Barkey. Picked up for Leigh by Gelling. Kerr was really flattened there by Harkyard. Schubert gets it away to Davis. Davis is tackled by Ashton, and Leigh a little at 6s and 7s at the moment. Cottrell takes one from Ashton. Oldham really hammering Leigh at the moment. Here comes Gelling. The Oldham tackling certainly dominating this game at the moment. They're all offside, but the referee says nothing. There goes Schubert on to Collier. A half break takes Leigh up to the halfway line. Taburn out to Schubert. Schubert kicks ahead. Well dropped on by an Oldham player. The referee stops the clock. The Oldham player requires treatment. I think it's standoff Bridges. So we're just coming up to 27 minutes on the watch in the first half of this Stones Bitter Championship match here at Hilton Park. A reminder of the scoreline: Leigh 14 points, Oldham 6. Well, in fact, it's Gary Warnicki who's the player receiving treatment. He now gets up to play the ball. Flanagan is attacked in half-back. Flanagan gets it out to Clawson. Good tackle from Atherton. Flanagan going it alone. Flanagan makes 10 yards. Well, Ray Ashton's way offside there. Hobbs with the kick. Falls for Taylor. The referee wipes the slate clean. 6 more to Oldham. Bridges now gets it on to Clawson. Flanagan again. Out to Clark. Oldham find their way into the Leigh half. Flanagan gets it out to Ashton, to Bridge. Picked up for Leigh by Henderson. He drops the ball as well. Picked up by Taylor for Oldham. Dropped by Ashton now. And really the game needs a little settling down at the moment. Neither side able to control things. The head and ball to Leigh at the scrum. Mike Davis with the feed, but he's penalised for second row feeding. And Oldham will get their 5th penalty of the game. which David Hobbs will kick for touch on the far side. So Flanagan will tap, some 8 yards short of the lead 25. On to Hobbs. Hobbs runs into Pike, but he scrambles into the lead 25. Flanagan again attacking half-back to Ashton, to Bridges, to Taylor. That was a bit telegraphed. Leigh were waiting for that one. Clark now. Clark takes play 5 yards inside the home 25. Here comes Worrell. On to Harkyard. Good tackle coming in from Davis and Johnson. Flanagan out now to Raper. Ball's dropped. Referee gives the knock on. Nine and a half minutes of the first half remaining. Leigh still those 8 points in the lead. Well, that's possession to Oldham, one against the head. Bridge now, going round the blind side, runs into Schubert. Sherman attacked in half-back. Good defence by Leigh. Tackle comes in from Collier. Flanagan out to Ashton. Long pass out to centre Warnicky. Ball is thrown away, picked up by Taylor, who gets out of 2 tackles. Still possession to Oldham, 10 yards short of the Leigh line with Ashton. On to Flanagan, to Ashton, to Mbarki, and a solid tackle from Schubert. And Hossein Mbarki loses the ball in the tackle. Now we'll scrum it 10 yards from the Leigh line. Possession to Leigh at that scrum.
Come on, Carter, you're a farce!
Gelling now. Suicide pass to Kerr. Bridge completes the tackle and Leigh are driven back to 5 yards from their own line. Collier on the reply. Does well, makes 15 yards the young fullback. Pike runs onto trouble as the ball pinched. Gets it back and 6 more tackles. There goes Atherton. And the referee is calling someone out again, I think. It's going to be a penalty to Leigh, and really the referee needs to get a grip of both sides. There's far too many players not interested in the game of rugby league at the moment. And it's a penalty for Leigh, the 9th of this first half. 9-5 penalty count in their favour, 2-1 scrums. Wayne Atherton kicks for touch, finds touch 10 yards from the halfway line. 7 minutes of the first half remaining. Taburn in possession for Leigh. Reaches the halfway line. Mike Davis. On to Cottrell. Cottrell brought down by his opposite number Worrell. Wayne Atherton now. Atherton runs into trouble, stepping back inside. Leigh not putting the moves together at the moment. There goes Pike. It's a good kick. It looks the only way that either side's going to break down these defences at the moment. So we'll scrum it 5 yards outside the Oldham 25. Ray Ashton with the feed. Possession to Leigh. Now what can Leigh do from here? Kerr looking for the gap. The ball is pinched again by Oldham. Ray Ashton is in at every tackle attempting to pinch the ball. Flanagan just outside the Oldham 25. There goes Clausen. He makes 10 yards. Flanagan, sit out to Clark. Clark tackled by his Australian teammate Schubert. This time Wayne Atherton is pulled out. But I would have thought by now the referee should have called the two captains together. Hobbs with the kick for touch. Fine, towering kick, takes play up to the Leigh 25-yard line. With 5 minutes of the first half remaining, both sides will be desperate for a score in these closing minutes of the first half. Here comes Clausen. Flanagan gets it out to Clark. Clark gets it out to Bridge. Bridge runs into Atherton, but Oldham are right under the Leigh posts again with Ashton. Out to Hobbs. Hobbs gets it out to Flanagan. Right under the Leigh post now. Warnicke. Was it alone? That was a wasted tackle. Flanagan out to Ashton. Well, the referee has given an accidental offside, I think, and decided that a scrum is the third decision. So it'll be Ray Ashton to feed the scrum. Oh, the referee needing to get a grip of the scrums now. Possession to Oldham. So once again Oldham camped on the Leigh line.
A quick ball!
Long ball out to Ashton to Raper. Ball is lost, picked up by Worrell. Fine tackle by Chris Johnson. That was needed for Leigh. Ashton with the kick ahead. Too far this time. They've tried that ploy 3 or 4 times now. The first time it worked with a try for Warnicke, and they've overplayed it a little recently. So Oldham wanted to make a substitution. Leo Casey coming on to replace Bruce Clark. So Leigh tap from their own 25. Gelling makes 10 yards, but no one in support to take a pass. Atherton now, out to Schubert. Well, what's the referee giving here? Well, the referee's given a scrum down. I don't see how he can give that. Either it should have been possession to Oldham or a free kick to Leigh, I would have thought. The ball was either pinched before the tackle was completed or after. And the scrums at the moment are a complete shambles, Mr. Carter. And Leigh out a penalty for loose arm. And they get a free kick some 10 yards from where the scrum formed. Loose arm indicates referee Carter, and Wayne Atherton will take the kick for touch on this near side. Fine's touch, 5 yards inside the Oldham half. We've got just over 1 minute of normal time remaining in this first half. 2 balls on the field at the moment. Pike now. On to Schubert. Schubert a little stunned by that tackle.
Never played the ball!
On to Cottrell. On to Fox. Fox is away. Good tackle from Mbaki, but he gets it inside to Chris Johnson. Mike Davis scores without the ball. And Leigh have hard lines on that occasion. Fine try-saving tackle from Paul Sherman. Ray Ashton quickly to take the tap. Runs into Schubert. We've just got 15 seconds of normal time remaining in this first half, and Leigh are penalised again. So a 17th penalty to both sides in this first half. Here comes Clawson. Good tackle from Atherton. Ashton now brings in Worrell. Good tackle from Kerr. Attempting swing by Chris Johnson, went a miss. Hobbs gets it out to Sherman. Good tackle coming in from Cottrell, that was needed. Flanagan out to Ashton. Long pass out to Clawson. Leigh stopped them in centre field. Davis makes the tackle. On to Raper. Good tackle from Henderson. Last tackle indicates the referee. Ashton with the kick ahead. Pike takes it for Leigh. Casey makes the tackle. So we've had 1 full minute of injury time so far in this first half as the Hooter goals, and you'll rejoin us for the second. What a referee! He should have had both captains. He should have had both captains together.